and welcome. So I am going to take a look at the Times Quick Cryptic crossword, and this has been published on Thursday the 23rd of October 2025, and our setter today is Teazel. So Teazel, gosh, quite a hard setter. This will be our 20th puzzle of the year from Teazel, and I've failed on 5 of them, so kind of 75% success rate. And I'm averaging about 16 minutes. Most of the puzzles I'm doing between kind of 13 and 18 minutes. I've only got a couple of sub-10s for the year, and I've also got a couple of puzzles that are 26 and 31 minutes in my list. So yeah, not the easiest of setters. Anyway, I think you may be able to hear my voice is on the edge of going a bit. I don't actually feel bad. I just have a very husky voice at the moment. So anyway, I'm going to reset the timer and crack on. Prudent, being consumed by worry. I would have thought being care. I would have thought care is there. Careful. Don't know. Plunder, big bag. Is that a sack? I think plunder is to sack. From the start, relish a good scrap. A new bit of advice, work with energy for unrecognised leader. Cool. New bit of advice, hope. AN. Antelope? Can't be an antelope, can it? Unrecognised leader. I'm not sure about that. Old American, Central American person hides it always. I want that to be Incan. Incan, old Central American with a Mexican. Or is it just O and then Central American hides always? Always is not sure. Hug me back steady. Hug me back. Hug me back. Embrace? Yeah, brace. Steady yourself. Okay. Where knockout is likely, put ice out. Well, that should be around put ice, shouldn't it? Which would be cut. Cut pie. Pie cut. Uppercut. Where knockout is likely. In the ring. What have I got? Tip. Q-tip. Q-tip? Could it be Q-tip? Let's put Q-tip like that. I'm not sure about that. Put turning up, meaning at last. Mean at last to school basket. Turning up. Well, that's just PU. Mean at last would be an N. To score would be pun net is to score. Yes. Okay, that's simple wordplay, wasn't it? Temporary fix as apps got confused. That must be an error of Scott, would it be? Which apps got I can't say that at the moment. I'm going to move on. Saint breaks into type of Sunday hymn. Psalm. Palm Sunday, yeah, Psalm. Okay, I've never seen Saint as just an S. That's why I was struggling. Once more, grab time off, trailing back. Once more must be recently, wasn't it? Grab, trailing back. Once more, grab, game research. Time off, trailing back. Perhaps member of army, finishing lieutenant. LT for lieutenant. Leg, perhaps member, leg, army, finishing YLT. Go and return potty. Go and return potty. Turn, return potty. Man, unsteady dog. Unsteady dog. Gosh. Okay, we'll go on the downs. Armistice broken. Is that just an anagram armistice? That's not quite enough letters, is it? Charlie Potter. Charlie Potter. Armistice is a ceasefire. Can't be a ceasefire. Okay. Matt to hand for sport. I can say that's CA. I don't feel comfortable with that being there. Although C for Charlie might be. Matt to hand for sport. Matt to hand for sport. Got no feel for what to do that one. Close relative in Highland dance. Relation. Relation. Real. What's this? Showing off. Close relative in Highland dance. Well, the Highland dance is real. I don't know that's right, do I? I don't know that's right either. Why have I got that T there? Real showing off. Or is it close? Yeah, close. Uncle, auntie. Refuse group of newborn. Refuse group of newborn. Or refuse. Don't know. Juice is sap. Nothing odd in unusual power. Yep. SAP. What's this? Captain. Panic at changing leader. Yep. Captain. This side looks okay. Right. Feeble. Second half of letter in verse. Second half of letter is a TER. Right. Right. Pen. Feeble is weak. Second half of letter is TER. Is it meter? Oh no. Pentameter. Pen. Tame is feeble. Yeah. Pentameter. Gosh. I got caught out by hexameter from him before, I think. I think that's right. Sign to leave miserable apostle. Sign. Miserable apostle. What goes in B something U? Born B. You'd think with letters in place it'd be easier, but brew. That's not happening. Demonstrate in favour of trial. In favour of is pro. X. Trial is test. Demonstrate is to. That Q-tip could be wrong, couldn't it? In fact, that Q-tip is almost certainly wrong, really. In favour of is protest. There we are. That's what it was going wrong. Oh, was it a cup tie? That's okay. Once again, my great anagramming ability. There we go. Request recording of a cascade of bells. That must be a peal, mustn't it? You appeal for something. AP peal. Recording of a sound like indicator. Make embarrassed in a party. Make a bass. A bash. Finishing. Member of army. Finishing lieutenant. I mean, lieutenant must be LT, mustn't it? Perhaps member. Alt. Act. I don't sound the wordplay there though, if that's the case. Maybe pentameter's wrong. What was my meter? Yeah, tamed. I'll come back to that. Polish. Most of Gemstone is rub. This one then, go and return potty is bats, have a go, stab. It's all that in the struggled with that in a recent everyman crossword. Unsteady. I want to put laugher, but I don't think laugher's right. My dog knowledge is a bit. No, I mean, I've got the Observer Book of Dogs. There's 150 in there, and I've already forgotten all of them because I don't read it because I got it when I was 10. Trailing back was this. Once more, grab is to re-grip. Time off. Time off. Taking back is temporary fix. So amps got is what is that? Stopgap. There. Stopgap. Okay, that must be an ing. What's the Pope doing, so to speak? Unrecognised leader. A new bit of advice. Work with edges. Okay, op-e. Did I put that up there? I probably didn't I? A bit of advice is a tip. Anti-Pope. Unrecognised leader. Anti-Pope. Yeah, it must be anti-Pope, I think. I'm going to put anti there for now. I think that's probably right. Close relative in. Auntie, A-U-N. Auntie. What's that? Aunt? No. Yeah, aunt in reeing. That doesn't work. Close relative in Highland dance. Showing off is re-aunting. I don't think so. What's going on there? Okay, let's get rid of that because that just isn't looking like anything. That's an ant, isn't it, in the army? Why is that ant? Member of army, finishing lieutenant. T for finishing lieutenant. Member army is an AN. Finishing. I think that's an ant, probably, as a member of an army of ants, but I don't understand the cluing. We'll go with that for now, because I'm not going to come up with anything better. This one really, it should feel like I should get this one sign. Punnett was right, I'm pretty certain. So yeah, what we've got over here, armistice, broken by Charlie Potter, Charlie C, Potter, armistice broken by C. Okay, so it's just a C with an anagram armistice, which is, what's a ceramicist? Amicist, have I spelled that correctly? Armistice got two I's in it, I think that's about right. This one then, old American, not Mexican, but it's going to be something like that, I think, probably, isn't it? Old American, Central American person hides always. Oh, what are my Toltecs? Aztecs. That's as good as I can go on the Central Americans. I mean, whether we're looking for some kind of wordplay on old Central American or that is literally old Central American. Person hides always. Person is me, maybe? Me. Always is air, isn't it? I think, or AY. Mayan. There, man. That's the one I didn't get to. Mat to hand for sport. Mat to hand for sport. Rugby. Why is that rugby? Oh, rugby. Yes, of course. Yeah, it's beside. Yeah, that's simple. So this is care, isn't it? But how it's care? Being consumed by worry. Prudent is it careful? If that's careful, what's that got me? Refuses to group of newborn doesn't really make sense. A litter. Okay, refuse. Litter, good. So the antipope is looking good. Careful. Being consumed by worry. Prudent is careful. What's this? Flaunting. There's aunt coming into a fling, a Highland fling. I'm going to have to go with that being careful because, you know, I can't be bothered to think any further. So these last three. I want that to be a laugher, but I don't think it's a laugher. Unsteady. Leisha. Locker. This one here really should be gettable, shouldn't it? Be something use, I think. There's not many words that be something use, I think. Unfortunately, I can't think of any of them. P. Something. Blue Peter, I think, is the answer. That kind of sign, yep. And Peter, miserable, yep. Lurcher, that's Lurcher, okay. And that one there, therefore, leaves retreat. One more time, 12 minutes, okay, that's good. Grab time off, trailing back. So are we actually looking at a word backwards here? T something E something R something ET. I'm guessing that's re if it's once more. Grab time off. Trailing back is resurgent maybe it's not a re-word. Rearrest. Rearrest. Once more grab is to rearrest. What is that rearrest? If it was rearrest, what have we got? I've got nothing going backwards there. Then again, TSERRAER. It doesn't mean anything backwards. Rear is the back, and rest is time off. Yeah, rest. There we go. Yes, 13:17. Good. Right. Well, I have to say there was a lot in there I didn't understand as I was doing it, but I'm very pleased with the 13:17 time from Teazel, a Teazel puzzle. So let me go through the clues as best I can. So there we go. Prudent is careful. Being consumed by worry. Well, worry is normally care, so being consumed by it is full. But full isn't spelled F-U-L. Right, I'm going to pause the video and stare at this for a minute. Right, I think it's just a sort of double definition slash cryptic hint. So yeah, if you're consumed by woe, then you are full of cares, so you're careful as well. And careful is obviously prudent. To plunder is to sack, think of ransack, and a big bag is a sack, okay? From the start is your acrostic indicator that relish a good is actually from the start is R for relish, and then A is in the clue, and G for good is a standard abbreviation. And scrap, a scrap is a rag. Right, A is in the clue, N for new, standard abbreviations. A bit of advice is a tip. Work is an op, as in an opus or an operation or whatever. With E for energy. Gosh, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. So 5-part shard there to get an unrecognised leader, which is an anti-pope. Never come across that, but you know, fairly simply clued really. So I think if you follow the wordplay there, you can get to that one. That's not too bad. The old Central American is a Mayan. Person is a man, hiding always. So always is abbreviated to AY. That's a fairly standard abbreviation. I have seen it before for certain. Right, to hug is to embrace. There's your definition. Me back is ME backwards, and steady is brace. So that's simple wordplay. I mean, I think most of the sets have been told to dumb these down a little bit for people like me who want them a bit easier. Well, I want them quick, really. And yeah, so that's kind of nice, simple wordplay. Right, where knockout is likely? Well, in a cup competition, you normally have knockout rounds, so a knockout is likely in a cup tie, which is an anagram of put ice out is your anagram indicator. And again, we've got the same as the embrace one here. We've got turning up, so PU to start off clue. Mean at last is saying take the last letter of mean, and to score is to net. You net the goal, or net the, turning up, and that gives us a punnet, which is a basket. I was just actually turning up mean at last to score basket, thinking, well, in netball you score nets, so actually in some ways to score and basketball you score baskets. So there's all those variations there. Excuse me. Something that's temporary could be described as a stopgap. Temporary fix is a stopgap. We've got an anagram of apps got, and confused is your anagram indicator. S for saint, that's an abbreviation I've very rarely seen. I've seen it a couple of times in The Guardian as S, and pair of saints would be 2 S's. Breaks into type of Sunday, well, Palm Sunday is that kind of Easter, I would say holiday, Easter festival, and a hymn is a psalm. Right, once more grab is to rearrest, time off is to take some rest, trailing, so going after, back is the rear. Right, what's going on here? Perhaps member of army, finishing lieutenant. Oh, yes, that easy, isn't it? The last 3 letters of lieutenant are ant, so they finish it, and a member of an army is an ant. Dull. If you have a go at something, you have a stab at it, and return potty. Potty, you are bats. Nice way of saying you're mad. Well, not very nice, maybe. He or she is a bit batty. Return is saying put it backwards. Unsteady dogs. So we've got a type of dog, the lurcher, and obviously if you're lurching around then you might be unsteady. Excuse me. We've got an anagram of armistice, broken is your anagram indicator, and put it beside C for Charlie, which happens to be at the start of the clue. And a potter is a ceramicist. A mat is a rugby. A mat is a rug, and it's to hand, so it's by you, beside you. And a sport is rugby. Right, we've got the close relative. Close relative is your aunt, going in the Highland dance, which is a fling. So you can either have a fling or a reel, really, for Highland dance. Highland fling, though, very simple. Showing off is flaunting. Refuse is litter, and a group of newborn is a litter. So think of animal litters. Juice is sap. Nothing odd in, and then take out all the odd letters in usual. Sorry, so that leaves you the S and the A. And P for power on the end of it. Panic at is an anagram of captain, changing is your anagram indicator, and a captain could be a leader. Right, excuse me. To write something is to pen it, feeble is tame, and the second half of letter is the TER. And a verse is pentameter. Now I have to say, one of the puzzles I failed on this year had hexameter in it. I still don't know what that means, but obviously pent is 5 and hex is 6, so I guess it's to do with how many lines are in the verse, maybe. Or how many sounds are, who knows. Anyway, a sign. Well, the blue Peter is a flag that ships is a flag that ships bear. I can't quite remember what it means. Anyway, sign to leave. So yeah, it's as they leave port. The children's program Blue Peter that I used to watch as a kid and is still going, I think 60 years on, was known as Blue Peter partly because it's taking children on a voyage of discovery. That was the aim of it. Right, miserable is blue and the apostle is Peter. To demonstrate is to protest. In favour of is pro, so think of your pros and cons, and a trial is a test. To request is to appeal. Recording of is your sound like indicator that a cascade of bells is appeal, so that would only be with one p. Make embarrass is to abash, and a is in the clue and a party is a bash, and to polish is to rub, and most of the gemstone is ruby without the y on it. So I think that's all the clues gone through. 13, 17, very pleased with that. Nice. It was a slightly tough puzzle, so no complaints about that. Thank you to Teazel, and thank you for watching.